What's good? It's your girl Amani Caesar. Smoke.
Boy Dre, they forever, baby.
Boy 216.
Brian Lynch, Director 70 times 7.
And it's your boy, Artist.
The girl Tasia's name. Young Laura. Girl named Masam.
It's Young Spook, one half of Back in Business podcast.
Aaron, the Gap 2 Diva.
Big stuff.
Are you Milan? Here, Milan.
It's your girl, Flaming Gina.
This Auntie Pig.
Boy Lou.
Ebony, a.k.a. Ebony with an I. I'm from the Big Head Radio Show, and I'm
With the King Teeth Network, huh?
I'm gonna be honest. For what I got out of it, but when I look at it on the glass half full side, I got a lot out of it. Case in point. So give it up one time for the Gap 2 Diva!
Thank you.
And now we can be as loud as we want because it's our shit. But yeah, if you go back to that episode, that was a lighting disaster.
I liked it.
Did you?
Yeah.
No, I think TC's, because I did like 4 interviews at OMS. It was like, yeah, yours did come out pretty well. But TC's didn't. No, it was like a scary movie, low-key. Shadows, this one.
But that's good progression.
Facts.
Yes.
So, you progressed since the last time we saw you.
We've progressed.
It's been about almost 2 years. I want you to tuck this under your armpit.
Oh, tuck it
so
under my
you get
armpit?
happy.
Oh.
You can just throw your hands up without any problems. Boom. Yeah, see? Yeah.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Oh, all right.
How have you been?
I've been good.
Yeah?
Yeah, I've been great. So vague, I know.
Like how? Like what? Like I see it, but like catch us up. Like you were, all right, so boom. Let's go back to interview 15 or 16, whatever. I swear it was in the teens.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been 13. I'm gonna check, but
It was early.
it was early as fuck. You had accomplished a few things, such as we had met in a music video. Shout out Naisha.
Yes.
You have been acting, but you was really getting the ball rolling on a lot of things. So start from there.
So that was me wrapping up, doing background work on productions, and then at that
The
point,
big movie.
Oh yeah, when I was on Judas and Black.
Come
Messiah.
on now, that was a moment.
I always shout that out because it started everything for me. It really put everything in motion. Yeah. So there was that, and then fast forward, I made salad dressing. That was my first short
That's
film.
what we actually interviewed about.
Yes.
Y'all should go watch that on YouTube right now. It's really good.
Yeah, I do love salad dressing. Salad dressing helped me realize that I can complete things. So that was groundbreaking for me. And then since then, what's happened since then? I'm trying to see the timeline.
I know I should have watched the interview.
I know, me too.
I should have just went back and watched that bitch. Like, this is amazing, though, because this is what I dreamed about. Like, coming back and talking to people 2-3 years.
Am I the first revisit?
No, but you're the first 2-year revisit, like, from original. Like, we got to go get bankroll. You know what I'm saying? We got to go get a few people. Like, we coming for y'all, but, like, where you was at one point and now you at a whole nother trajectory right now.
Man.
Like, with Umars and all types of things going on. We're going to get to it, but I just feel like I'm with family right now because, like, dude, we really started this with you. Like, if you ain't sit down with me that day, I don't know if we was here. It was a rough few months for us. But you believed in us, and we truly appreciate it. And, again, like we always say, you're always welcome back. So, from there, you did salad dressing.
Then Not on Valentine's Day. That one stretched me a bit. It was holiday based. So with that, I'll be like very straightforward with you. I wrote that one. I was like, I haven't made anything in a long time, and I started to feel complacent. So I was like, I have to make something. So I got a lot of this. Well, it wasn't too many of the same actors, but some of the same actors from Salad Dressing, and then other people that I met along the journey. And I was like, okay, we're going to go ahead and do Not on Valentine's Day. And, of course, from the title, it was a Valentine's Day film. And we had some technical issues. And now, I will say that we had a crew of, the whole time, maybe 3 people. But that included me, and I was acting in it. But full-time crew was one person. So I really do respect him for doing the sound and the lighting, and also he was the cinematographer. And then I would slate and direct, and then I would have somebody else stand in. So
this was your first directing role, wasn't it?
So no, actually,
salad dressing
was.
Yeah.
But this one, it was a smaller crew. Salad dressing had.
You called everybody for that one.
Yeah, it was more of a crew. But this one was like, okay, we're gonna get this done, and we were working with, one of the other actors was actually crew too. So that's why I said one full-time crew person, and then the rest of us were just kind of rotating in and out. So I am proud of that one too. But we did have technical issues, and at that point, I knew I wasn't going to reshoot it. So I put it out with the technical issues. I feel like I gave myself a new zero, and I just accepted it for what it was.
I love that.
Yeah.
We might have an audio issue today. So I love that you have that, because I remember when you were talking about salad dressing, it was such a, like, the baby, and it has to be perfect. But then you realize I have to let myself grow.
Yeah, and that's all you can do.
That's the journey of a creator right
Exactly.
there.
And I think I started, every time I would talk to someone, it was always about salad dressing. And it's like, I've written other things, but did I make them? So Not on Valentine's Day was like, get out there and do something else. Like, it's okay to fail.
Yeah.
And if you fail, you can always learn from that and go again.
100%.
You know, like,
100%.
I used to be afraid of failure. Now it's just like, okay, it's going to happen, and I just pick myself back
What
up.
changed? Wow. What big
I wasn't a doer. You know, like when you sit there and you just like, I want to do this, and this, and you have all these dreams and you just think about it, but you don't do it. Of course, you trap yourself in a corner and you're afraid to fail. But then once I started doing things, it was like, okay, all right, I did it and I failed. So now what? Like, did I die? You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's.
Or did you fail up?
Right, exactly. Failure, I think, is helpful, and you grow from it. So I love it. I don't love failure, but I love what you gain from
check
failure.
when I check.
I don't know. Because I like production stuff. Like, sometimes I have to stop myself from looking at people like, what are they doing back there?
Absolutely, I do the same.
They're adjusting it. Like, did that mess with the lighting? What happened?
Right? Like, what was going on?
Yeah.
I'll be so happy we don't be talking to people who don't be knowing going on. Cause we have a whole technical camera be off the thing. I was like, yep, so what's next? We're going to make it work, though.
Right.
So, what is next? No, we're not even going to talk about what's next, because what was next after this? What was it? This is not Valentine's?
Not on Valentine's Day?
Not on Valentine's Day, and I did watch it. That was like almost a year ago, though, right?
Yes, that was last year on Valentine's
Yes.
Day. Mm-hmm.
So last year on Valentine's Day, moving into 2022, what was the mindset? Where did you want to take things? How did you get to Umar? Like, these things I need to know.
You want to know about Umar, don't you?
We're getting to it.
Do you want me to jump to Umar?
No.
I can jump to Umar.
Okay.
No. We can wait on Umar.
See, we got to make a wait. This is a true storyteller here. I'm making this sweet. Don't fast forward.
That's so funny. So from there, I just started writing more consistently. But speaking of failure, there's a production that I tried to do 2 times now.
Wow.
And it has not happened. And that's why, like, when I say that failure is... I'll tell you off camera.
It's not the one that you need the girl that looks like you.
Oh, yes. Yes. Oh, my. Okay, so let's talk about that.
Let's talk about it.
I found a little girl who, yes, I found one who looked like me, but respectfully, I didn't use her because she had dealt with some trauma in her life, and the movie's not really, like, the short film's not traumatic, but at the same time, it does deal with, not to have me put my whole concept out there, but...
Yes. You didn't come back here for no reason.
Indirectly. But it just deals with, like, family trauma. But since she actually did go through trauma in her life, I didn't want to use her. Because when you prepare for a part, you really want to get into a mindset for it. So a lot of times I do like lighthearted stuff. Not saying that I couldn't do something heavier, but in order to give the best performance you could possibly give, you want to really connect with that character. And that's not something that I really wanted to welcome for her.
Right.
And I explained the part to her mom, and her mom explained to me like some of the things that she went through. So we decided not to move forward with her playing a younger version of me. So, but I was happy about that though. It helped me to really accept that I'm not just working with people that are going to play characters. I'm working with people that have emotions and feelings. Not saying that I didn't think of that, but even
it's a real thing.
it's a real thing. It's something that you have to consider very heavily because it's like, man, they played that part.
You're a tyrant as a director.
No, I'm not. No, I am not.
I've heard stories.
No, you
Tyrant.
haven't.
If
I
you're
swear.
late, you might as well have not came.
I am not a tyrant. I feel like people have fun on my set. We worked together. You had fun.
I know.
We didn't do anything else together, though. Did you think I was a tyrant?
No, I thought that was. We did try a little skit thing. Y'all should go check that out. That was pretty fun.
That was fun. I'm not a tyrant.
She's thinking about it.
I am. I'm like.
I was kind of loud that one time.
But that's the thing. I like set to be fun.
Yes,
Even
it
if it's
should
something
be.
that is heavy, I want it to be fun.
Yeah.
So for her, I didn't think that it would be fun. So that was the first time that I was going to have someone else play a role that I wrote for myself. So in the adult form of the film, since I couldn't find a younger version of me, and mostly it was because of the gap. I needed a brown girl.
I know
with a
you was
gap.
like adamant about that shit.
Because like, who gets a gap when they get older?
Right.
I mean, like little space, but like my gap is prominent. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's not really.
It is prominent.
I mean, okay. Your name is
Look
the
at
Got
it.
Diva. I can't really say no.
It's prominent.
But if you just like never said nothing and you just talk, like I wouldn't be like, damn.
And I would be like, how dare you not notice my gap?
See?
But you know, like I've tried to find little brown girls with gaps, and I just haven't been successful.
I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Teachers, I don't know.
Let me think.
You're so unique. I don't want 1,000 of you. I
want my daughter to have a gap. I don't have any kids, but when I have one, I want her to have a gap. And it's like, oh my God, who do you look like? My mommy. Just like that. But if she doesn't have one, she'll still be dope. You know, because she hurt.
Till she go to the dentist one day. Wow.
We'll have to talk about that.
Wow.
No, if
See?
my child
Tyrant.
if my child wants to close their gap, then my parents gave me the choice.
You was gonna open. That's what I was talking about.
Oh, open.
Yeah, perfectly fine teeth.
Open her gap.
We'll open that up.
Can we just put a little space there?
Just a smidge.
About 3 millimeters.
Okay, we're going something. We're going for something. All right, don't worry about our family. I respect. I wouldn't. Hey.
No. Yeah, I'm a rapper now. And she was like, "Oh, okay." Trying to be real.
You go, girl.
Right, trying to be real supportive. My sisters always tell people like, I love my siblings because if I do like an audition, if I do something, they'll let me know like, okay, do it again, or like make it more realistic, or that wasn't on, like And I appreciate them for that because it's not just like, yes, girl, you killed that. Have me out here looking,
it's real
constructive
criticism.
So, or like I'll do something, and they be like, okay, we could grow from here, and I like that too. I feel like it's in a supportive way. It's always supportive. It's always loving, and I know that they want the best for me when I'm in the creative space. I know that. Yeah. So I told her like a rap that I wrote. And she was like, oh, my God, I'm so nervous for you. But, like, you can rap. And I was like, yeah, I told you. She was like, I didn't believe you. And my best friend said the same thing. Everybody I told them, I was like, y'all, I'm a rapper now. And they all were like.
Did you rap them in the song? Or did you, like, just show them the lyric?
Not Ill Confidence, but another one.
song.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you've been writing. Oh.
Yeah.
So you're a little musician
Oh,
now.
really?
You look so nervous.
Because, like, I like talking about my art, but at the same time, it's like, it's so it's public, obviously, but it's like private at the same time, like my emotions about it, because sometimes it's like you have to accept, like, okay, I did not like this, or I did this, and I go back to it, and it's like, this kind of cringy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I appreciate that I can cringe at certain things because that means that I've grown from it.
Yes.
So, yeah,
So what areas specifically do you feel like you've grown the most since we last seen you?
Just as a writer. As a writer, for sure. I'm more adamant about doing my own thing. I do audition still, but I audition less because I really want to hone, like, writing. And I have been getting parts with people who have reached out to me, and they're like, yeah, I want to work with you. And that's been very rewarding for me. But,
What?
because I just want to see what y'all doing on the production side. Okay, sorry, I'm ruining your interview. No, I'm not. No, this is stuff. Okay. But as a writer, I feel like it's definitely grown. Why are you looking at me?
What have you learned the most on the production side? Because you did come in as not just an actress, but a director. I mean, you've done grip work. You know what a set looks like. You know what a set is run like. You've been on a major set before. So what have you learned on the production side the most since we last saw you?
So in between that, I've done production assistant work too. Wow. So this is going to sound really vague, but this is like as true as it gets. Everybody in the crew, like, super matters. They really, really matter. And I say that from being a PA on a larger set and then being the director on my sets, like something that's indie. Yeah. But I felt equally as important on both. Wow. And I know, like, that just makes me excited for bigger productions that I lead or I run because I know how important a PA is for a shot. We have to do lockups and things of that nature, and that's basically trying to keep the public out of a shot. And that's asking people nicely not to come. Sometimes it's a very public area. Yeah. So because it's a very public area, you can't tell a person, oh, you can't come this way. Like, you know what I mean? You have to ask them nicely, and it's communication, you know? You don't want to go in like...
And it could be awkward.
Yeah, and it's just finding strength, but also at the same time being compassionate and kind, and you want to be as helpful to the production as possible, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're being polite to these people. And a lot of times it's like people are more, they're definitely more receptive to like requests like, hey, can you please not go this way? And that to me just made me respect PAs so much more, and it made me excited for bigger productions because, like, yeah, everybody wants to be a director, everybody wants to, you know, a lot. I don't say everybody because that's a generalization, but in this space, a lot of people want to be directors and they want to lead the set, but I don't think they realize how important every single person on that set is. So, being in a PA position helped me appreciate how grand a set is, and then just always respecting everybody down the line. Yes.
I love it.
Thank you.
Now, you do drop a song, and you drop a song with a video. El Confidence.
El Confidence.
So, you've always had confidence since I met you.
Thank you.
But I think it's definitely grown.
Thank you.
What made you put out this song?
Ill Confidence, that's my shit. I'm gonna just Ill Confidence is my shit because I'm happy that you've always seen me as confident, but I have not always been confident. So it's just, when you're not confident, I think people can feel that. And they almost want to prey on that. And that's why, like, in the lyrics I say, should have ended me when my confidence was ill. Because, like, when you are feeling less confident about certain things or feeling less confident about yourself, you are very open to criticism, but not open in a way that it's like I'm open, I can grow from it. It's like I receive it as my truth, you know? So it's just certain things that people say or certain things that you start to take on as your truth, and it just beats you down. It beats you down. And I've been through a lot. I mean, you know that, like, I was diagnosed with cancer, and my mother passed away all within 1 week in the same year. And it was crazy. But at the same time, I grew so much from all of that. Like, you asked me, like, how did I get beyond the point of, like, being afraid of failure? It's when you get to that point, it's just like, what else is there?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you have to do something because you feel like you come from a place of being like crippled from doing anything.
Yeah.
But then it's like, okay, I can do something, even if it's a small thing. You feel empowered by that, and then that grows to the point that it's just like, okay, I don't care how big it is, I can still do it. And if I fail, that's okay. That is okay, because I don't think anything will be as low as this.
Right.
You know? And I just, yeah.
And you built from there.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
Yes, I think when people say, like, blessings come in disguise, definitely a blessing in disguise. And I don't
Dropping
think at my
Doing
journey.
it.
My journey.
In general.
In
The whole
general.
general.
The whole journey. Blessing in disguise.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I think. You expect yourself to be where you're at now?
No.
Wow. Why?
Because I was scared.
There it is. I mean, we don't know.
No, I know, but I think I'm laughing at myself, like, to think that. Like, I used to be afraid. And sometimes I'm like, what was I afraid of? But also my confidence was ill.
Yeah.
So
what changed? How did you get your confidence? Because you kind of, I wouldn't say you faked it till you made it, but you acted really well. Because I didn't know.
Well, when you met me, I feel like my confidence had definitely. I had hair when you met me, so.
Your hair. Did you not have hair?
Oh, when I was going through that journey, I didn't have hair.
Really?
Or eyebrows.
So we didn't ever talk about that.
No.
In the last interview.
No, we didn't.
Is that okay to talk about?
Okay, sure.
You sure?
If you don't get too nosy.
I'm going to get real nosy. That's what we do, obviously. I mean, so at what age are you diagnosed with cancer?
I was 23.
So at 23 years old, so your whole life changes. How? Like, what happens? Because, I mean, I know cancer patients, but they're older.
Right? Like, you either think, like, babies or, like, older people.
Yes.
But, like, the 20s, it just didn't make sense, right?
So that's what first thing that came to you, like, what?
It didn't make sense.
Wow, okay.
It did not make sense. But at the same time, now it makes sense, but I don't know if I can articulate that to anybody else.
Well, talk us through...
Why it makes sense now?
No, talk us through the moment of realization that even if it doesn't make sense, I have to go through this.
Okay, so during that time, again, so like that all happened like right when my mom passed. So like I was diagnosed. Oh, well, my mom passed when I was 23. Wow. And that in itself was life changing.
Yes.
That was my best friend.
Yeah. But you're an adult.
I'm an adult.
At 23, but you're not an adult
at
23.
At all.
At all. Because I'm really just now getting there, and I'm 27. So it's like you lose your mom, like, and that's your best friend. But then in the same week, you're finding out you have cancer. Like, how are you here right now? Like honestly, like, I did not know these things. Like, how are you here right now? Like, where do you have to take your mind to get through something like that?
I think you just start to do. You just do. And then I could tell you. Not because it's a secret, but I don't know. I don't know what happened.
Really?
Yeah, like I can't.
Because I met you at 28.
Yeah.
So, from 23 to 28, what what was that journey like? Like, what got you to the point where you were doing a music video?
A music video.
Yeah, like a lot happened 5 years ago.
I think once something like that happens, it's like you either shit or get off the pot. Like in life, you know what I mean? Like do something that matters. Do something that's beyond just like mundane life. You know, I don't want to sound like I have some like revelation or anything like that. But
they need it.
But I think for me it was more like, what do I really want to do? But I don't think it happened like right at 23. It's like things just started to happen throughout life, and then it was like, what did I do in my life that I'm like ecstatic about? Like I've done things, and there were things that I did that I was proud of, but yeah, I reached some real, like it was like mommy cancer, and then it was like lows, extreme lows that I just felt like nobody understood. And I felt alone. I did. I felt alone, but there was a lot of people around me, but in ways that I realized as I got older and after I moved past it, I shut them out.
Boom.
But
that's big.
I know, right? Yeah, I shut them out. And I think it was because maybe like now I'm sitting here trying to explain to you what I was feeling there during that time, and I couldn't even express what I was feeling during that time. Wow. It was like so many different emotions, but none of them were like prevailing. But I guess the one that started to grow the most was I wanted to survive. Wow. But initially when my mom passed, I didn't want to survive. I just didn't. But then I looked at the rest of my family, my siblings, my dad, and it was like, they lost her too, you know? So then I started to feel selfish about that. And then I was like, okay, I do want to survive. Like, you know? Really? But it was a thought. It was like, okay, so I do want to survive. Because at first it was like, my mom's not here. I don't want to survive. But then it was like, no, I do want to survive. And I want to survive for my family. They gave me purpose initially, but then I feel like I gave myself purpose after that. Why you got me out here being all vulnerable? Like,
well, it's the King Chief Network. She hasn't been here in a while. It's all right.
But yeah. So just all of that. It's just when I talk about ill confidence, it's not just looks. It's everything. Like everything that you embody. And then I just feel so naked right now.
The thing about it is, you brought it back home to the ill confidence, boy, and that's beautiful. Because I was like, hold on, wait, the single, oh shit, you came back to the single.
Yeah.
I was going to life. You went back. I love it because that means you're putting your life into the music. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a correlation. It's not like I'm just doing a song just to do a song. Like, there's a true correlation. Like, you didn't even know you was doing it. Like, it was just a natural. I love it.
I think I was more aware of it. I think other people may not have been aware of it. Ill confidence is like, it was a physical illness, but there was also an emotional illness. And I'm healed in both ways, I would say.
I love it. Well, we're going to clothe you. I don't want you to feel naked. The last thing, did we do it in your interview? It's called Get It Off Your Chest. And I think I explained this to you in your interview. I vividly remember almost every interview I've ever done. Almost. Once I get talking, then I can remember basically everything. But it's called Get Off Your Chest. And basically, before we see you again, anything that you need to tell people or let people know what's going on with you or let your supporters know that you appreciate them, whatever you need to do or say specifically. Before we get you on the hot seat again, get it off your chest.
Oh, man. Well, of course, my supporters. Like, I appreciate y'all more than anything. Every DM and message, text message, everything that it's unreal to me, but I appreciate y'all so much. Get it off my chest. I don't know. I feel like I was very vulnerable during this whole interview. Like, I don't even know what. Yeah, go listen to Ill Confidence, man. Like, that's what I want to get off my chest. Get off. Like, I know that I pour myself into all of my art, even if it's like it doesn't show as the deepest parts of me. My art tells a story, and I feel like I want to tell stories using my art, but not necessarily in the most obvious way. Mm-hmm. But all of it is a part of me in some capacity. So, yeah, make sure y'all just tap into my art, because then I feel like you'll get to know me.